Hi everybody, this is Dipanjali again. So today I'm going to talk about gratitude. Gratitude भनेको चाहिँ नेपालीमा कृतज्ञता रे. मैले चाहिँ धेरै युज गरेको थिइनँ कृतज्ञता भन्ने. तर why are we talking about gratitude today? So gratitude, it's just the quality of being thankful and appreciative about something that somebody did to you. Okay, it could be that, or you are just looking at a beautiful flower, yeah, a beautiful sunrise, and you go like, wow, that's really amazing, that's really beautiful, होइन अनि कस्तो हुन्छ यहाँ मनमा there's a sensations, there's a feeling that comes out. Try it. Just think about something beautiful that caught your eyes or your attention, and how you pay attention to that starts to move something inside your body. So gratitude भनेको चाहिँ it's really the taking the time to appreciate something in this world. Either it's people or somebody did something to you, but without being afraid that they're going to ask, you have to pay it back to them. So that's just the dictionary definition of it. When you feel this gratitude, there is this sense of pleasure that someone has done something for you, होइन. फर इक्जाम्पल कसैले तपाईँहरूलाई अचानक ल मैले तपाईँलाई कहीँ जानु परिरहेछ भने, if somebody just comes and says, come on, I will drop you, wow, that's really nice of these people, no? And we just say thank you, we are so grateful. So that's what gratefulness is. And why is it important? Why do we need to be having this attitude of gratefulness in our lives? Well, science has gone way beyond neuroscience, होइन. हाम्रो ब्रेन कसरी फङ्सन गर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ they've been researching for years now, and there are very good links towards that. I can put some of those links in that. They have found that when you practice attitudes like gratefulness, mindfulness, it really changes your brain. So what happens is यो कृतज्ञता होइन एकदम वाउ फिलिङ भएर बसिरहँदाखेरि चाहिँ your brain, the cortex, frontal cortex starts to reward you with this sensation. And it's like, when you smoke or drink, or when you're happy to see a family, there is this, I forgot the word in English, cortisol, होइन. त्यो गएर हामीलाई sensations of happiness दिन्छ. So that's what happens, and then it gives you the sense of being connected with people, noticing that there's a lot greater good in this world. For example, तपाईँको about the situation right now, coronavirus, there is so much fear, right? There is so much fear. Everybody is worried. I don't know in Nepal, but as you know, in Switzerland, in Europe, we are all locked down. I know Italy, for weeks they've been locked out. So there's a lot of fear. And how do you get the good out of this? Vandakiri, for example, Italy, because they couldn't come out, people started coming out of their balcony and started playing music. And even when you watch that viral video that went out, it makes your heart go boom, boom. It's like, wow, there's this sensation of this is so cool. Instead of locking up and then talking negativity and throwing out fear, where we really need to be more looking for the goodness. For example, I see so many goodness in this coronavirus. We are working from home. So I save actually 2 hours of my time per day commuting. Whereas I can work, I wake up at 5, I can do my, yoga and exercise and do my stuffs. And then I start working from 7 and I finish like 2 o'clock. And that's, wow, that's for me is, this situation has forced us to actually slow down, take it easy, be connected. We are forced, we are obliged to be connected with our families and friends, to look out for each other. This is gratitude, मेरो लागि, होइन. अर्को चाहिँ, I look at the planet Earth. In Europe, all over the world, beautiful places are inundated with tourists. Veniceमा के भइरहेछ, they have had, Venice is in Italy, and it's a beautiful romantic place where the whole world is overflowing throughout the year. There is not a single time when this city is without people, and for the first time in decades, there is no one on the streets. There's no one in the city. What's happening is they are seeing dolphins in the water. The water is clear, crystal clear, when it used to be really dirty and dhamiलो pani. Boars are coming out, ducks are coming out. So what's happening is the earth is actually breathing. So for me, that's another way to look at gratitude. Now, gratitude doesn't mean that you just envelop yourself in this all nice, good, positive stuff. It's not about that. It's really in the midst of negativity, in the midst of fear, like the current situation. It's just taking time. Yes, all of this is happening. It's none of our, it's not the best thing to do to be locked up in the house. But at the same time, being able to look at other good things, like some of the things I said, right? I have time for my family. I have time to talk to them. I don't have to rush. These are also good things that's happening at the same time. So it's really cultivating this habit of looking for good in the world. So what it does is it gives us a sense of hope. It gives us sense of there are good things happening in the world, right? And it also gives us, like, as if we are connected to people when we are really focused on gratitude. Again, it does not mean that you ignore the painful things that's happening. It's with mindfulness. Things are not working, you have to pay attention. But what happens is when you are constantly worrying, anxiety, thinking about things that are not working for you, it actually does not help you. So especially when you are feeling a lot of these anxieties and not finding a way to get out of this negativity, what gratitude does is you just think about one or two things that is really working for you in that time. For example, I had breast cancer, and yes, I had all the fears, I had lots of things going on in my head, but it was a way for me to get out of that, because you are so consumed in your head with what's going to happen. Am I going to die? I have a child. All of that is going on. And then reminding, like, literally, it's something that you have to remind yourself, because negativity is natural, normal. That's how our brain functions. So the first thing it does is goes to the negativity. So in this time, when you think about just one or two things, for example, in my breast cancer situation, I had my family, all of them, with me, in summer for the first time in more than 20 years. So I was so happy. I was like, yeah, I have this breast cancer. But at the same time, if it wasn't for that, I would not have my family with me, and we were all together. And summer in Switzerland is great. So, there were a lot of things I could take out. I didn't suffer so much. People suffer a lot, but I didn't suffer a lot. So I was very grateful that it wasn't, one of those breast cancers that moved around my body and I had to go through tons of chemos and not. So even in those times, I could see some good stuff coming around. And it's because I think in that way. It's my attitude towards life, and it helps you to navigate during times that is difficult and during times that is not working for you. So what it also does is it lifts you, तिम्रो एनर्जी लेभल कस्तो हुन्छ भने हामी खालि वरी गरिरहेछ, दिक्क लागिरहेछ, यस्तो दुःख भइरहेछ. We are here, our energy is here. And when we start thinking about something good, it can be as simple as, oh my God, the smile of my child, or the flower that blooms outside. Do you ever notice any of those? or तपाईँहरूको घरमा काम गर्ने छ, oh my god, just to have that support who comes and cleans, you know, your parents, especially Nepalese family and people, you all have somebody to help you in the house. Just to think about them, you know, your moms, they cook for you every day, they take care of you, they provide you. Just to be saying like thank you without anything in return. So that's the quality of appreciation. When you do that, even when I'm speaking, my energy is moving around. So it's making me go like, wow, this is feeling great. Okay, so that's gratitude, and that's the science. And I also talked about how I practice. Now I'm going to give you a couple of points how you can practice. So for example, every day, for example, with my partner and my son at home, we dinner time, when we're eating all of us together, we talk about, okay, what are the three things that you are grateful for today? So we just share. For example, sometimes I'm just so happy that I'm alive. You know, I'm just so happy that my partner makes amazing food. You know, I come home, I just have to sit down and eat without having to cook and do all of the groceries and everything. That for me is gratefulness. And sometimes for me, it's also just being able to walk. We have a beautiful park. And when I think about Nepal, in Nepal, with the dust, you can't walk. And when I think about that, just the fact that I can breathe in a pure air, I can walk whenever I want without being worried about dhulo and khalto, you know, I'm grateful for that. And I could, you know, I have trained myself so much in this way of being that once I got car tickets. So I got a car and then I started driving, and नेपालमा ड्राइभ गरेदेखि मैले यहाँ स्विट्जरल्यान्डमा ड्राइभ गरेको थिइनँ. So I didn't know that they had big radar, you know, where it flashes you if you are speeding or if you are not following the rules of the traffic. So I was speeding like crazy because I didn't realize there was a radar. And after one day, I started getting bills, like huge bills, up to, I don't even want to say it, it makes me really angry. But then what do you do in that? You have no choice in Europe. You know, it's not like in Nepal maybe where you can go and ghus khaune dine. It doesn't work. So you have to pay. It was like almost half of my salary. I was so mad at myself, and I was so mad at the traffic police, you know, who sends the bill, who sent it to me after months, like 6-7 months. So you can imagine there was a radar in my on my way to work, and every day I was over speeding. So obviously I had to take responsibility for my own errors, you know, for my own shit that I did without paying attention. There was limit written, but I didn't respect. And then I said, okay, you know, I work for an international organization where we don't pay taxes here. So my way of looking at other things that's happening well is I haven't paid tax in my life, honestly. In Switzerland, there's quite a high tax. But then I said, you know, I live in this country, I use the services, the public transports, the clean space, the greenery, the parks. And I said, all this money that I'm paying for my tickets, I just looked at it just contributing back to the economy, contributing back to the city I live in. And I felt much better by looking at the same thing, but in that angle. Of course, I had to pay, and that's not, you know, a huge amount. It pissed me off. But when I brought that sense, it gave me a sense of, you know, gratitude. So it helps a lot, and then reinforces this behaviors. Okay, so you can talk about three things. You can write, you know, in a week. You can look for something, for example, at work, if somebody came and appreciated you, or you could go and appreciate someone. For example, if a colleague helped you, you know, with some work, go and just say thank you. And we are so stingy with our compliments. Like, it's as simple as looking at someone, but honestly, it has to come from your heart. Hey, guy, hey, you look great. This hair or this clothes looks awesome. not just to make her feel good, but genuinely, if you notice that somebody has a haircut, go and make a compliment. Because how many times do we get compliment from other people? We are scared to even say these things, thinking about what they're gonna think or how they're going to react. So make a habit of really taking a time to appreciate each other. Somebody who gave you a seat in the bus, or somebody who just helped you or smiled at you. Very, very small things. Another way to do gratitude is you can actually send text messages. We are constantly texting. Maybe for a change, text about something that you remember. Take a moment, every day, take a moment. There is a 5 minutes journal. I'm going to put the link as well. That helps you to gratitude journal, that think before sleeping, think about how your day went and what were the good stuffs that happened, and then it gives you a very beautiful sense of going to sleep. And then when you wake up in the morning, you will feel the difference. You will really feel the difference. So what else is there? And then you can also write to people about this. You can listen sometimes. You can listen how other people do it. If you Google search gratitude, there's quite a ton of information there. I'm going to share with you a cheat sheet that you can use, like a worksheet, just an exercise that helps you, gives you an idea of how to start. And then you will notice what goes inside your body. Notice how you feel. Because if you don't notice, then it won't work, right? Because you just keep doing things, but you don't notice. So gratitude is an attitude. It's a sensation of feeling where you are really quality of your appreciation to others and to yourself and to the world. And why? Because it really gives you a sensation of being connectedness. You create a better relationship with other people. You change your brain to train, to focus on things. Even in the midst of hardships, you start noticing little things, and then that really helps you to navigate this world in a much better way. It helps you to, again, raise your vibration. You raise your energy level from going ugh to, oh, this feels much better. So whenever you feel down, feeling of helplessness, think about this, and it really, really helps you. So guys, thank you so much. I hope I didn't give you too much of information, but something that you can really use. And have a great day.